Ball out. Ball out.
Bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Ball out.
Bow,
Ball out.
bow. All we do is bow.
Ball out.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ball out. Ball out.
Ball out.
Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling the losers. Watch for the jackets at night, they be cruising. I can put together. AR Kinston My hitters be tough in the leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the FN. Step in with my best friend. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. If you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tay Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fellas to made men. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out. Get called out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
Boss Cowboy Sports, Wednesday Night Live, where your voice matters. It's the OC and the man himself, Boss Cowboy. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Please invite your friends, family, and loved ones. We on live, and we got a lot of great content in the show. Draft grades from the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Bucs in the season opener, and a little bit more sauce for you. Boss Cowboy, talk to the people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? We get some good compliments. Somebody actually said, let me pull that one up because I like that. Somebody said, man, they expecting us to do a file breakdown of the schedule. Steve said that's the expectation. I like that, man. I mean, we earning your trust. You know, that feels good. It really does. So, yeah, what's up, OC?
Oh man, feeling good. You know, very, very interested to get into exactly what Steve wanted to talk about. Okay, thanks for the shout out, Steve. The strength of schedule for the Dallas Cowboys, the strength of schedule for the teams in the NFC East that we will play against. And to be honest, guys, the strength of schedule based on CBS Sports for the Dallas Cowboys is not that strong. So we're hopeful for some good wins, man, and some momentum, and to make that playoff push coming out of the NFC East based on what I saw, Boss Cowboy. What you thinking so far?
Yeah, I mean, everything lining up that we should run it. Like, just to be honest, I mean, are you still of the opinion that Philly won the draft?
In the NFC East, I am still of the opinion that Philly did the most damage in the NFC East. Absolutely.
So you didn't get a chance to watch the cap that I did, because I went all over that. We might review that. But,
well, no, I did watch it. I just don't completely agree. As me and you often don't do, Boss Cowboy. I don't completely agree. But I think that in terms of strengthening their roster, I'm not saying they're going to be the best team. But in terms of strengthening their roster through the draft, I think that the Eagles did the best job in the NFC East.
They did better than us? All right. I can't wait to go over that then. Because I knew somebody's going to think different from Boss Cowboy Sports. I knew it. And it's like, I want to get an honest opinion on that. But I promised everybody that we was going to cover the Giants today.
Yep.
So I don't want to kind of review that early unless y'all want to see a fight early. You know what I mean?
No. Let's keep our promises to the people.
Yeah, I keep the promise. I keep the promise, but yeah, it's some people out here, man, they feeling you too. So I'm interested to have this dialogue. And we didn't got to rush it. We'll do that, though. We'll do that last, you know, and we'll just stick to the heavy points. Because Sadiq said, I agree. So, like, it's some people out there that feel like the Eagles beat us. I feel absolutely that they didn't. I think they did good, but I think we did better. So I can't wait to talk about that. But the first thing, man, that's on, you know, everybody's mind and should be, so we go kind of kick a little audible, just a slight one. All right.
Yep.
So we go do a little audible. Turn the music down. It's kind of banging a little too much. The first thing, obviously, people want to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys versus the champs. That's the first thing people want to deal with, is what's going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys versus the champs. So what's your thoughts on that, OC, real quick? Like, us versus Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I mean, Tampa Bay on the first game, Thursday Night Football, is a tough out for the Dallas Cowboys. To be frank, we did not have a winning year. We have a lot of unknowns that we won't really know going into that first week. Dak's health, the additional help of the draft picks, the stability and how well the offensive line will play. You got the Super Bowl champs. What you hope is that they're tired the first couple of weeks and you can come out and take advantage of some fatigue and take advantage of maybe a little bit of a Super Bowl slump. But if they come out and they're clicking on all cylinders and Brady's making great decisions, then it's a chess match and they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I think it's basically geared up to be a shootout. I think it's clear. It's going to be a shootout. Like, when you really think about the weapons on both sides and you think about the defense on both sides and you think about that we're going to be healthy, we got 3 tackles, swings, 3 swings when you count ball. And I feel good about how we match up, especially from the starters. Tyron Smith is going to give us game 1. Liel is going to give us game 1. That changes a lot. Dak is going to have a good pocket.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. I mean, you got White, man, and you got another linebacker that play for the Buccaneers, man. Those dudes are all world. And I'm not capping or nothing, man. Those guys play sideline to sideline. They make fantastic plays, man. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I don't see a shootout per se. I see some splash plays, and I see that the Cowboys are going to have to do what they hadn't been able to do the last several years. They're going to have to be really, really
How
good.
you don't see a shootout?
I don't see a shootout because of the fact that I think that the defensive scheme of the Buccaneers, they play really, really sound football. So you're going to get a couple big plays. They play sound football, Boss Cowboy.
They play sound, but
what I'm saying is,
look at the matchups.
Yeah, I
Mike
see the
Evans go be going against second-year Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm. Mike Evans is a All-Pro.
Right.
That dude's a Pro Bowler.
Antonio Brown might be going against Anthony Brown.
Yeah, maybe against him, but again, that's another All-Pro, Rob Gronkowski. I mean, those guys you're not going to be the chin check and guard.
That's what I'm saying. Chris Godwin. Like, when you look at their matchups on the secondary, it's telling me, OC, and I don't see it no different. We're going to have to outscore them. I'm not saying they go walk us, but obviously they got the better talent, weapons to our back end.
Yeah, they do, but here's the thing. Remember the signing of the people that we signed on the back end and the draft picks. So you got to keep that into account.
That's in my account.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what about Canute, right? What about him? All right, I think he's a strong ball hawk on the back end, Boss Cowboy, and we've seen that in his young career. He went down with the ACL injury, and here's the thing that you got to take into account.
He could be playing linebacker.
Yeah, but he also played safety where he got 3 picks, Boss Cowboys, for the Falcons before he went down with the ACL injury. He got 3 picks in the first 4 games.
So you saying Neal is going to be the answer to Mike Evans, Godwin, and Antonio?
No, I'm not saying that, Boss Cowboy. You're being ridiculous and putting words in my mouth.
But why did you say Neal? You said I forgot Neal.
I'm saying Neal is going to play in that slot, and he can cover in that slot, and that's going to make a difference in the game.
Who?
I think this, Boss Cowboy. I think that with the scheme of the Dallas Cowboys going, and also Mojo says Kelvin Joseph. Yeah, boss man fab, but I'm not counting rookies right now.
Yeah,
I don't know how these guys gonna play. I'm not counting them right now because I don't know how they gonna play, Boss Cowboy.
That boy gonna be under the biggest lights of his feet. Not gonna even be settled yet.
Yeah, but this is what I say, Boss Cowboy. The chance that the Cowboys have on this not being a shootout, and this is my hypothesis, okay, and then I'll get off this point, is that Tom Brady is still aging, right? So I think he warms up and he plays better later in the season. What we saw this past year, the last 7 games, he went on a tear. I think that, man, with his age, even though he's a great quarterback, I don't see him coming out chunking it 40 or 50 times that first game, Boss Cowboy, and I think that's going to be the saving grace of the Cowboys. I think the bigger challenge, Boss Cowboy, is that you need to look at the offensive line of the Buccaneers, and you need to think about how well they run the ball off a play action pass. I think that's going to be the difference in this game, Boss Cowboy. I don't think it's going to be the pass game.
No, I think that's their best matchup. Now, if I was them, I would test the middle, especially because they built up front. I would test the middle, but if I'm looking at the matchups, I'm like, go at Dallas secondary. Everything says go at Dallas secondary, right? Like, I'm not seeing us go in. They might slow the game down. If they slow the game down, it won't be a shootout. But if they go at where we're obvious, like how you gonna have Antonio Brown versus Anthony Brown or Mike Evans lined up on Anthony Brown, and that's not your ideal matchup.
Yeah, no, they went on the matchups, but take into account the age and Brady's arm. His arm was really good late in the season.
Not in game 1. I can see that argument after game 6. Where
the argument is valid. The argument is valid because listen, if you look at the account for last year, Brady did not heat up and play his best ball until the last 7 games. That's what you got to keep.
But you saying arm like.
I'm talking about.
I think they played as a unit better. I don't think it was even particularly Brady. Okay. I think they played as a unit better.
Counter thought. That's a counter thought. I think that Brady played his best ball in terms of accuracy and strength on his balls later in the year once he got going. I didn't see him tearing it up the first several weeks of the season. Not saying that he won't.
I'm not worried about. At his age, I wouldn't use arm as a counter, just period, because it's gonna be the first game. It's gonna be the freshest he's gonna be. So this analysis that I'm having is based on game 1. It could be totally different if it was week 8, week 10.
Okay.
Because then that could be based on injuries. That can be based on then what is he looking at like now? Is his arm starting to show wear? Like what happens during the season? But not game 1. Like game 1 say he should be willing and able to slang that thing. And to me, the matchup, it's just no way, in my opinion. And they could decide to run the ball. They could. But just to me, I don't see how I'm over there and I look at this and I say, okay, Mike Evans, Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs might show up. Okay. Chris Godwin, Donovan Wilson. Chris likely wins that. Or let's go with Chris on Kazi. Or you could even say Jordan Lewis if it's a nickel situation, right? Then you look at Antonio Brown. Like, it's so much that says we don't have enough. And I would say, especially in pivotal situations, attack the mismatch. And that's the secondary. Like, to me, that's what I would do if I was them. And then we getting disrespected. That's why I really feel like he go through it. I mean, straight disrespected. Brady don't even do this. And he come out, post this today. Can't come soon enough. He talking about us. Excited to open up against America's team. Oh my, really? Really? Well, I hope we slap you in your mouth. I really do. I'm sick of you, man. I ain't got no love for Brady. Y'all can co-sign and ride him and talk GOAT. GOAT ain't coming out my mouth regarding him. I can't stand him right now. Then you got the nerve to post about us. That's just disrespectful, man. Typical offense.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I mean, look, he's earned the right to talk a lot.
He ain't earned nothing. You ain't earned nothing.
Man,
you ain't earned nothing. You ain't earned nothing to talk about America's team. It shouldn't even come out your mouth. Because you know what? You looking through the eyes of of San Fran. I can't stand people like that. You grew up in San Fran and you can't wait to play us, and then you say it like we ain't finna come hit you in your mouth. Man, you got Dallas messed up. We're the #1 franchise in the world for a reason, son.
Yeah, #1 franchise. I don't know about #1 defense, and I'm saying that this is a measuring stick for how good the Cowboys can be. I think that's how the Cowboys should approach this. They should approach this as a measuring stick to come out against the Super Bowl champs and make a statement about the kind of season they go have, Boss Cowboy. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a highly competitive, high energy game, and they gonna have to come with it though. They gonna have to come with it.
Who?
Because listen, I'm talking about the Cowboys. They got to come with it.
Coming with it.
They playing against the Super
Bowl
champs. I put
that on everything. Baby. I don't care that the champs. I know my team. I'm gonna say this: when you start acting fly like this, it's different. When Dallas got that bullseye on you every week, everybody got a bullseye on Dallas. It's different when we say, "Oh yeah, yeah." Remember New Orleans? They came in here winning all them games. We put that bullseye on them boys and ran them out of here. It's different. And I'm serious, man. I know my team, bro. These boys go sit back like, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? He gave them locker room material for the next 5 months, man. Thank you, Brady. Thank you. I'm sick of you, and I want my team to slap you. I ain't no way joking. I'm serious as hell. I can't stand it. And I know my fan base ain't sucking up because I ain't got nothing good to say about this dude. I want to drop him. I don't want him injured, but I want him humbled.
Mojo said, "Boss, you sipping that Kool-Aid." What you got to say about that, Boss? Mojo
sipping
said,
what Kool-Aid?
He said you sipping the Kool-Aid, bro. You sipping the Kool-Aid to think that Dallas will come in here and kick Tampa Bay's butt. That's what Mojo said. That's what Mojo said.
Whatever. Yeah, I ain't built like that. No, I ain't built at all to just let somebody come in my house and kiss my woman on the mouth. We finna fight.
Hey, listen. I like.
See, because in New England, you knew better than to talk. Now you're talking. Oh, you go chirp at Dallas?
Oh yeah, he go chirp.
Yeah,
Chirp,
and see,
chirp.
Joe
Seven
just
later.
messing with me because he came back. He said, "I ain't scared either, boss." Exactly. Joe know what's up.
Nah, this ain't a fear
Man.
factor. This ain't look. This
Say,
grown men.
I
being
bet
paid
you
bills
on
to die.
anything
This
Dallas
ain't
gonna
no
come
fear
out
factor.
breaking heads. I put that on everything. Game 1 gonna be the best game we've seen in a while. I think this game set up to probably be one of the best games in 10 years. I can feel it. We got that bullseye on them boys.
Why do you say that?
Because it's like everybody always targets Dallas, but we don't get to put the targets on people. And we extra talented. We super talented. We made some good upgrades. We got some character guys that's questionable. And we got the type of guys that can show up in the game like that. We sure
What
do.
you say? But Mr. Kima says this. Mr. Kima says this. Well, Tom Brady can talk that noise because the Cowboys have never beaten him. That's what Mr. Kima said. Mr. Kima said the Cowboys have never beat Brady.
We never played just Brady. Whenever we played Brady, we played Belichick, Brady, and great defenses. Let's keep it 100. Like, I'm proud of you, Brady. No, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you got drafted to the best coach in NFL history. And I'm glad that you did your part to supplement. But you don't get all the credit for what they did, son. Because a lot of times that defense pulled you out, my boy. So, Dallas never faced just Brady. Now we got to face Tampa Bay where he plays. Yeah, we go slap you, old man. Let's go. I ain't trying to hear nothing about no freaking Brady. Can't stand this, man. I don't hear nothing about no Brady.
Well, listen, the good news is it's the first game of the season. The
Yeah.
bad news is it's the first game of the season. So anything can happen that first game of the season. Look, I anticipated
Bad
being a
news for
highly
them.
competitive game. Look, I anticipated being a highly competitive game, right? I don't see either team being dominated. I see a close game coming down to the wire, and I do see the Cowboys and agree with you.
We go
They
win.
gonna put forth their best effort. They gonna come
We
out
go
and go
beat
hard.
them.
I don't know if I'm gonna predict a win right now, but I'm gonna
Shoot.
say I gotta get a little bit closer to the game. But I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be a competitive game. I'll tell you that for real. So what else we got, Boss Cowboy? I mean, let's see what the fans say, man. The Cowboys will beat the Buccaneers. That's what James Gary says. Siddiqui Charles says, "Speak it, boss. Speak it."
Yeah, man.
And
I
so,
feel this in my
look,
heart, bro.
If the Cowboys win this game, man, it's gonna be huge, man, for their confidence, man,
Man,
in
it
the rest
shouldn't
of the
be
season.
nothing.
Man.
We should be like we supposed. We better than y'all. That's how Dallas used to play, bro. I'm used to that, bro. I'm super used to that. But we never looked at the division in the 90s. We never talked about, man, what did Philly do? What did the Giants do? We was like, we finna come here and whoop you. And we looked at the champs like we looked at San Fran them like, say, man, you got to go through us. We built.
Yeah.
Our leader is paid. It's time to show the world. And we got guys that love being Dallas Cowboy fans. Man, if we beat them, I want them to not even be like, I want no big celebration. I want them like, yeah, I know. Yeah, Brady put that mess up there, man, and we knocked it down. See you in the playoffs if you get there. Shit. Yeah, man. But we can talk about these Giants, man. I ain't feeling them at all. And then you got the nerve to yap. I would have been cool if you would have just kind of, man, we finna play the champs. Cool. I would have been all X's and O's. But you yapping? Man, you ain't gonna disrespect the number one franchise and I say I got my heart in this and I ain't got nothing to say. I got something to say, homeboy. Old man. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, it's finna be your last year. Yeah. Man, it's my team, man. I rocks hard. And I'm gonna tell you something. Go ahead, OC.
All he's saying is that I really just hate the Cowboys.
That's what he's saying.
That's all he's saying.
And you got the nerve to say it up, man. You got the nerve to say it in our face.
Yeah.
You calling us weak.
Yeah. That's like, have you ever been in school when somebody started a fight and they got up in your face and was like, what you gonna do?
Exactly. That's how I see it, bro. That's my defensive.
That's all it is.
Man, my heart still beat defense, man. That's the only way to take it. That's the only way to take it. Whenever you see offensive players, man, whenever you see offensive players talking, bro, they think you weak. That's no respect. They basically saying, put me on the bulletin board. They ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about these Giants
yeah.
because they really do got my blood boiling. I don't.
Well, we could talk about this too. I mean, so hopefully transition, man. I'm gonna throw in one last point. So let's talk about this in about 2 minutes, Boss Cowboy. All right. So look, man, how do we beat the Buccaneers? What's the best way to beat the Buccaneers? Okay, I'm gonna lead it off. Okay, I'm gonna lead off the baton, and then I'm gonna pass to you. So how you beat the Buccaneers is you gotta have pressure in the man's face. So Michael Parsons got to show up and have a big game, right? Those D tackles that we signed, and even a new one, somebody got to show up and have a big game, and you got to play contain on the edges so that when he steps up in that pocket, he got to complete the ball short. And you got to be strong in the run fist because they do have a good running game, Boss Cowboy, real talk. So you got to be able to win on some one-on-one blocks, man. Get off and get them in 3rd and long and put pressure in Brady's face. That's how you win the game.
All right. I see it slightly different, though. See, it's subject to change, though.
Okay.
So for everybody that's watching us and, you working out, just stay with me. The OC asks, how do we beat them? I think we got to air it out on them. Challenge them to a shootout. Yeah. Make Brady throw. Yeah. I say do that. You paid your quarterback. You got elite weapons all the way down to the 4th receiver. Your offensive line getting ready to be healthy. Air it out. That's where they weak. Go at them. Go right at their weakness. And then get ahead of them and start pounding them with Zeke. I think you go into this game under the assumption, in my opinion, OC, you go into this game and you say, they offense good. They're going to score. We got to score more. And so I would also say to beat them, play clean football. That's what you do. Play very clean football. Like, even though I want them to come out throwing, I want Dak to be safe with the throws. Very safe. If he don't like it, be safe. Because it's going to come open with what they got back there. They go win. It just don't rush nothing. Don't force nothing. It's going to come to you. Our offense that good. So, yeah, I would say that. I would say let's try to get ahead of them. Let's come out on the gas. You paid your quarterback. Man, come on, bruh. This the highest paid. You come out there running. Come out there being soft. No. Expect our defense to be rookie-ish because they young. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the offense. Say, listen, okay, you talk that. We finna put it on you. We finna put it on you. Let's go. Yeah, that's how I would attack them. Straight up. Because I think Dak and him made of the same material. It's just that Brady had way more experience. They made of the same material. Both of them very prideful individuals. Both of them very upset that they was drafted so late and they got a chip on their shoulder all the time. Dak and Brady are the same. It's just, it's just that one is younger and can run, and the other one has great wisdom, great experience, great winning pedigree. It's just that we basically saying we think we go break you down.
It'd be fun, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, so we can go to these Giants because we said we was gonna break down these Giants. So getting right into them. All right. I saw somebody say the Giants won in the draft. The Giants, like Philly, did not win in the draft. They did not. Okay. Like, not at all. Okay. Matter of fact, the Giants, I'm gonna say, was low key garbage in this draft. I took a good strong whiff of Philly and a strong whiff of the Giants. The Giants was way worse than Philly. Way worse. So, let's get right into the first one. All right?
Yeah.
First round. All right?
Yeah.
OC. This is their first pick right here, man. And you saying they won?
Well, this is the Giants.
No, you didn't say
I didn't
that.
say they won.
Yeah,
I didn't say they won. Don't put
somebody
words
else
in
said,
my mouth.
yeah, I'm finna say, like,
I didn't say they won.
I'm ready to punch somebody for saying that.
Yeah, listen, man. I think that, man, they address needs, right? So this is what the Giants did well. Based upon the vast amount of needs they have, they tried to address needs the best way that they can. I'm not a big proponent when you don't have a division-winning team of trading back. I think you stand pat and you take the highest-rated player in your position. I don't like the trade back, try to get more picks for next year's strategy when you're really bad, okay? I don't like that. So they went and got a pretty good receiver out of Florida, and so he has some good upside and gives their quarterback a weapon. Is it a good pick? Yeah. Is it a great pick? No. It was better players available on the board. So I think they did okay with that pick, and they drafted according to their preference, Boss Cowboy. I don't think they took the best player available, because if they did, they probably would have took an offensive lineman or a running back.
Right. Straight reach anonymous.
Right.
Like reach. Like
Yeah.
CBS had a second to third round grade on him. I had a second to third round grade on him. Reach City. You know, he's a good player.
Right.
But
right.
he's not a pick 20.
No.
Man, they straight reached. So, I mean, we can go through this line by line and make it easy. Who won?
Obviously the Cowboys.
Come
That's
on.
easy.
That's so
That's
easy.
easy.
You can
That's
even do
easy.
it like this. You can even say it like this. Our second rounder just as good as him. You can say that.
Or better.
Or better. You can
better.
literally say and not
better.
blink. You can say Boss Man is just as good a pick as their number one pick. Straight up. No exaggeration. No capping. And please subscribe. When y'all see that, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We almost at 1,000. That's our first goal. We real close. Hit that share and all of that, man. We real close. But yeah, OC.
Yeah.
Boss Man
Yeah.
just as good. So
This is good.
epic fail. All right, so let's go to round 2.
Yep.
So round 2, they got Aziz.
Yep.
All right, round 2, they got Aziz. What's your thoughts on Aziz?
I think he's a good pass rusher, man. I think that if had he not had the medical issues, he would have been in the first round. You know what I'm saying? He did have some medical issues, Boss Cowboy, and I think that he's a guy that's a good pass rusher. He's a little bit too rich for me in the second round. I think a third round will be better based upon his background. I think that for a second round pick, he's a boom or bust type dude. They did need an edge rusher if you're looking at their needs, which is why they went ahead and picked him. So I don't love that pick for the Giants. I don't hate that pick for the Giants. I think it's middle of the road.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. But, man, he ain't gonna do nothing. If Liel and them come out there, dude is gonna be obsolete. And I feel like Steele and Knight, Steele year 2, Knight year 3, match up perfectly fine. Even if Tyron is out. Like, I won't leave not a wink of sleep if he play. I won't be like, what we're gonna do? What we're gonna do? Be like,
well, he's a good athlete that needs work, right?
Right.
He can run. He's a really good athlete. He got good hands. He has good speed. So can he hone all of that into being a bender to get around tackles, disengaging on blocks, and finishing at the quarterback? You know what I'm saying? It's like that's where the disconnect is with him, and can he stay healthy? And so that's why I say in the second round, he's a little bit of a reach to me. I think a third round pick, I have him as a third rounder, near the top of the third round type guy. I think the second, based upon his history, is a little bit too rich.
and see, Joe said, and Mo said, and the Giants fans been talking greasy all offseason, talking about to sweep the division. Yeah, I mean, they did pretty good in free agency. That's gonna be another conversation. That right there, that's different.
That's different.
We grading the draft right now.
Right.
They did pretty good, and we taking them serious. We are, because that's what the move down from 10 was about. It was knowing D. Smith was going to either Philly or the Giants, and we felt like we chose the lesser of the two evils. You see what I'm saying? That's why we went and got a measly third. We didn't even haggle it. You know what I mean? We just
Right.
okay. We'll take something because we rather the enemy of my enemy is my friend type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And
good point. Good
so
point.
it's one of those things to where, yeah, New York overall, they dangerous. Don't sleep on them. Because Saquon back, they offensive line gaining experience. They was saying Will Hernandez took a decline. I would want to see that with my own eyes. I've been hearing rumors of that though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do a cut up with him. If it was decline, it just was laziness and weight. That dude's a stud and a mauler, man. So if he's playing with effort and he's healthy, he's hard to deal with.
I kind of don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Saquon,
I gotta see
and
it.
Saquon, yeah, that's true. And I'll do a tape breakdown for the fans if they want to see it. Just put it in the chat. If you want to see the tape breakdown on Hernandez, put it in the chat, man. I'll do a film breakdown for you on that, and we'll post it to the page. But I'll tell you, Saquon Barkley being healthy is the great equalizer. You know what I'm saying? 4'3", 230-pound machine. That's a sprinter that can catch. He does so much for the offense in terms of versatility that you got to take him seriously when that man's on the field.
Yep. And I feel what Mo said. I ain't sleeping, but they ain't sweeping the division. I agree. They would stop it. Stop it.
No.
I ain't,
They're not
sweeping
they're
nothing.
not sweeping the division.
Nah. I mean, it's gonna have to be. It would have to be Dak get hurt or something like that. It would have to be something like that. But we too loaded for that. All right, let's talk about third round.
Yep.
They third round pick. Aaron Robinson. Aaron Robinson plays hard, but he not athletic enough. I like how he play. He play with heart, but you can see a little bit of he lacked that long speed. We go eat him. He's no answer at all. And they played him a lot in the nickel. You go put him on Lamb. Say Lamb getting ready to eat. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And even this OC, I'm gonna put it like this. He don't even match up to Simi.
Nah, too big, too strong, too fast.
Yeah. So as we grade the draft, looking at Aaron even versus Simi, they third rounder versus what, our fifth rounder? We win.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Robinson was like a third round grade dude based upon what was available in terms of corner, right? So if you draft him for depth, which is what I think they're doing, and to try to fill, again, another need, right? Then they pick Robertson, and I'm not mad at him in the third round, but if you're using a comparative analysis versus our weapons, nah, man, it's going to be tough, man. That's going to be hard cheese, man, and they're going to be a hard out, man, especially being a rookie, man. He looked like one of those dudes. You got them dreads, man. You can see those dreads flying, not because he running so fast, but because he getting turned around so much. Get turned around. You know what I'm saying?
He don't look like he enough for the NFL. He doesn't. He does not.
Yeah, we get turned around, man.
Yeah, and moving the chain, she got a great compliment for you, OC. I got to put this out there. She said, I love it when the OC breaks down tape. Completely mesmerizes me. I wish I could do that. Yeah, take years to do that.
Well, thank you, moving the chains. I appreciate that. You know, I just might do it just because you said it. So that's great.
Yeah, he's very good on especially offensive and defensive breakdown of film. He's one of the best, hands down. The man, he sounds no different than any quality NFL analyst. I mean that. Like a lot of times I gotta say, hey man, you gotta slow down a little bit, man. You got a little bit too technical on them, man. You over all of our heads. So anyway, all right.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Giants in the fourth round.
Yep.
So they got Ellison Smith. Okay. What's your thoughts on Ellison?
He one of those dudes, man. I think he's a hard-working dude. I think he's a dude, man, that comes in and he competes. Like one of those dudes that got something to prove. I'm not mad at that pick, like for them. I think that at the end of the day, man. I mean, when you got a fourth round pick coming into the building, right, And when you got a guy that is trying to like make a team and contribute, man, it's about effort and can he play special teams. So I think he's a guy that's gonna play special teams, Boss Cowboy. I don't know if he's a guy that is going to be like a big impactful guy for you off the bat, Boss Cowboy. You know, and I just think overall, man, he's a hustle guy, a guy that's a second string edge rush type guy that you work in and you hope you can develop him into being something strong. He is long, Boss Cowboy. He is around 260 pounds. But I don't know about him, man. I don't know about him. I think he's just an okay pick.
I think he low-key sneaky good. Sneaky. He's not somebody, like if he run out there with Tyron Smith and Liel, they go kill him.
Too young.
Too young. But you know what? When I watched the Senior Bowl, he had some pop. You know, he definitely did good in some one-on-ones. He's very sneaky. Like he's very technically sound and deceptive with his feet. Like he'll beat you really good with his feet. He has some really good moves. His hands, I think, need work, but he got great feet. He can get around you in good bend, and he got some wiggle to him. You know, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people was high on the Michigan defensive end. It wasn't his production, it was his movement, that X running back where you can that athleticism, you can see it so clear. Same with him, but he's somebody. Let me ask you, how you think Ball match up to him?
I think Ball matches up good because he's stronger, and I think if you look at Ellerson Smith, his favorite move, if you do real study on this guy, is a bull rush, and he even says it. He likes to bull rush, right? That's a college man's move for overpowering younger men that doesn't have strong trunks and can't press you off. I think that him versus Ball is competitive in spots, but yeah. I think that Ball overall, I think it's almost a neutral matchup, to be honest with you. I don't think Ball dominates him. I think in a run game that Ball will give him some work. I think in pass pro that Ball got the twos if he sticks. And let me not get too technical. If he extends his punch, that means stretches out his arm and hit him and keep Ellerson off of his body, and he kicks back vertically and he doesn't click his heels together or click his feet together and give what we call an offensive line play, soft edges. So when you click your heels together, you give soft edges to where a guy can get around you easy. If he uses his length and keeps his feet straight in terms of a straight kickback or a 45 kickback, I think he does well against Ellerson Smith. I think where Ellerson Smith gets you in trouble is when you're untechnical, when you lunge, when you lean, and when you don't extend with your punch. He's able to take advantage of you with quick moves and kind of bend his hips a little bit to get around you because he is a good athlete. But I think that Ellerson needs a year, and I think it's a solid matchup. Yeah, at least a year, but a solid matchup. I think Ball does okay against him.
Right.
I'm not scared. Like if Ball had to go out and start against him, and everybody else was out, am I upset about that? Do I think that, oh man, Ball about to get killed? No, I don't think that. I think he could be all right. There's gonna be some fights, but he could be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I say Smith might win maybe 1 or 2 in a whole game. You know? Yeah. And somebody said Mr. Kima. I like what he said. Talking that good football, he said pass rushers that only use bull rush as their move doesn't last very long in the NFL. Absolutely. Exactly.
Because these guys are too strong. You're not going to line up and run over nobody. You got to set up a bull rush. And let me get into that, Boss Cowboy, for the people, because I like to talk this kind of stuff. You got to set up moves in the NFL. You got to have a move. You got to have a counter move. And the great pass rushers, if you notice, and maybe we'll do a breakdown on this, Boss Cowboy, in the NFL, they have 2 or 3 good counter moves. So you really can't predict the rush. So you're not just going to say, aha, I'm going to run over you and then run over a strong Tyron Smith or Leo Collins. They just go suck you up like a jelly donut, man, and just eat you alive, right? It's not going to happen. You got to be able to scare him with speed and with movement, and then you can come with the power move. You got to go speed to power. You can't just come out on the bull rush and win.
And I'm going to be honest, Smith's game is not just a bull rush from what I saw, especially with the one-on-ones. He's a guy that comes in with a plan. You can see it. You know what I mean? Like same thing with receivers. Like in receiver and defensive end, it's a lot of chess. It's a lot of fake body mechanics and fake movements and lulling people to sleep. You know? So those are the two positions, and he is like that. He's not going to be just a bull rush guy. That OC was saying that's what he did a lot, but he got some change up. He does.
He does.
He got change up. I'm certain on that. But he's not going to be a threat for us as we grade in the draft. All right, so we on round 6.
Garrett Brightwell.
Yeah.
He's just that, man. He's a backup running back.
Right.
You know, he's not supplanting. I mean, that's all. I mean, we could end it right there, but I'll give some more color. You know what I'm saying? He's a backup running back. He did average, 4.4 yards
and then
carry.
5 the year before.
Right. So I
He
mean,
was
I think
pretty
that man.
steady.
Yeah, but he's also a guy that looks to be a home run hitter. At least that's how he ran when you look at tape on him, man. He tries to be kind of a home run hitter. I think that he's a guy that needs to lower his shoulder and he needs to give the blow a little bit better, man. And I think that he's a solid backup running back that can help spell Saquon Barkley some, man. So I think that is a good pickup for them.
I think
he's solid, dude.
I think he was right where he's supposed to be, a 6th rounder.
Yeah, solid pick.
Yeah, I think
not great. He's a backup. He's a backup
but
special teams running back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah. I put it.
I mean,
like
basically.
This. No, I put it like this. Enough said. Crushed them. You know, just crushed them
all day.
Yeah, it's
all
like.
Day.
It's like, so that's why I'm saying the Giants draft bad. Like, if you feeling bad about Dallas, go be a Giants fan for just 5 minutes. I know none of us could do it too long, so I'm saying go look at their draft. If you want to, I would be angry as Hades if I was a Giants fan from this draft. Garbage, trees-ash, boo, manure, and yes, I'm saying all of that because I don't like the Giants. So I can say, see, when I talk about the Dallas Cowboys, I don't say that type of stuff. I don't call those guys. True. But the Giants, boo, trash, garbage, start over. Too late. Those are your guys.
That's funny. That's funny, man. That's funny, man. Well, look, if you're okay, let's think about this though. If you're the Giants, man, you got so many needs. You got so many holes in that team to make it a really good team, right? Then, I mean, where do you start, man? You back up to accumulate draft picks. Yeah, I guess you can drag BPA all the way across the board. But think about this, Boss Cowboy. The Giants were not really that good. So even if they drafted BPA across the board, man, they're still not going to be like a great team. I don't even think it would be a great draft if they drafted BPA. They still would have had a great draft and have a really good team because they have so many needs. Think about that.
Exactly. So check this.
Yeah.
Getting into the funk. This is their last pick. Rodorius Williams.
He's a guy.
I don't know what Calvin Joseph did to these. What did he do with LSU? Like, what did he do? Was this his medical? Did he get caught with pounds of weed, or was it cocaine, or what did he? What happened? What did he do? I was like, straight up, man.
Oh man!
Please, if y'all want to feel so good about how Dallas go spank them, go watch his film.
That's funny, man. That's funny, man. I mean,
please, no.
Yes.
Well, look, you the cornerback. You the cornerback, man. Break him down, Boss Cowboy. Break him down for the people.
I put it like this. You don't want to get a corner that look like he can't dance. Yeah,
Elaborate.
I said that. Stiff hips. Feet get stuck in the ground. You know? You got to be able to get your foot out the ground, and you got to be very fluid with your hips. You got to have good change of direction. And then you also have to make good decisions. It's too many times when I was watching his film, he would make bad decisions. Like, it was so bad I want to break down the tape, but it was in television format, so I would have got a copyright strike if I used it. But he lost leverage, and it was a simple play. The tight ends blocked down, which tells you as the corner, run is coming at you, right? They send the guard out, which we like, right? But what you're supposed to do is simple. We know you can't take on a guard on a pull. What you do is you take out his outside leg to keep containment to bounce the running back in. He cut him on the inside. The lineman turn around and lay on him, right? Running back bounces outside, then make the safety miss, take a sure loss to an 8-yard gain on just fundamental thinking. That goes with every corner, and it's a lot of that on this tape. A lot of bad fundamental technical sound stuff that's really just about assignment, not even about athleticism, just assignment, right? So when I look at how his feet get stuck in the ground, and I look at the fact that he can't dance, and that's what I mean by square hips. You got to be your hips got to be real loose and very fluid, you know. And he's not that. He's super stiff. He's somebody that Cooper, Gallup, Lamb, and Simi will abuse. Put money on it. Put money on it. They gonna have their way with him. Please, I hope he walk out there. That's gonna be like, oh, that's, you know what? The first thing that I said when I saw him.
Is that raise your hand up, Tom?
No, it was Swiss cheese. That's the first thing I thought when I saw him. Swiss cheese. Holes. You getting ready to get him. Like, if I saw him hit the field, I would immediately audible to go at him. Go right at him. Go at him all the way down the field. Single him up. If he on the left side, go trips on the right, single receive on the left, go at him. Immediately. Just like we did Philly. Remember how we did Philly on that corner? And we kept going at him, and we walked him all the way downfield? That's how I would do him. So now, man, the Giants didn't win nothing. Almost, we slaughtered them. Slaughter action. So, I mean, if you just want to kind of wake some Giants fan up, send this to them. Send this to them. Because if they beating their chest, they should be real humble. They should be real humble because we smoked them. Like, I can make a case easily that most of our picks was easily way better than all of their picks. And they didn't even have a lot of drafts. So it was a small draft and a bad draft. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. So, yeah. So, real quick, I do want to get into a couple of things because I don't know if we're going to have time to, like, get into why you still think Philly. Because I want to say something real quick. I've been thinking on this, and you gonna hear this at Boss Cowboy Sports, and you probably ain't gonna hear this anywhere else, right? And if this happened, I want y'all to know today where you heard it first, because I really, really, really believe what I'm getting ready to say. All right.
Sorry?
I don't think the Dallas go run a 3-4, man. I think they lying.
Really?
Yep.
So you don't think they ever go run a 3-4 at all? Is what you're saying?
Very little, if they do. Very little. I think this is a Mike McCarthy smokescreen. I'm starting to really learn the McCarthy era and how it's different than than Jason Garrett.
Okay.
This is him from last year. Okay, so let's decipher the tea leaves.
Okay.
Fish came out April 21st, 2020, when we was all concerned about what was going to be the defense, right? Because we was having this new coach, and we was pretty cool with Rod. We was like, the only thing we don't like about Rod is the back end guys don't turn around for the ball. But other than that, we was liking the impact that we was getting from that front seven, especially because it was a budgeted front seven generally, right? So he comes out and he says what? We're a 4-3 defense with an ability to have some variation there. Right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
What did they do?
They ran a 3-4.
What did he say?
They are 4-3 defense with the ability of some variation.
And they did the opposite.
Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna give some fodder on that because here's the deal.
You sure? Because you know I got more evidence. Do you want to say it now? Do you want me to finish the case?
No, listen. No, I'll say it now. I think that originally Mike McCarthy may have thought that, right? That they're a 4-3 defense based upon their personnel. I think something happened on the back office with Mike Nolan that talked him out of it, and then you had all these players playing out of position and dropping back in coverage and doing all types of weird stuff, man. I think that originally that may have been the intention, right? But I think that somehow with Mike Nolan wanted to be exotic and be creative and change the scheme, he may have got talked out of it in a room somewhere with coaches. That's what I think. But go ahead, boss.
I think it's a smokescreen. I'm looking at how Mike McCarthy operates. What did they do last year that was opposite of any Jason Garrett era? They blacked out the blue and white scrimmage. You couldn't see one play, one formation at all. Everybody was in on it. The media, nobody could put a camera on the field. He believes in an element of surprise. What did they do with this draft? What did they do? That morning, they leaked out 2 people the day of the draft. They leaked out 2 people only. Horn and Surtain. Who did they get? Parsons. I'm looking at how they do stuff. Because then check this out. That's why I'm not believing it.
Okay.
Jerry Jones. Who is the ultimate boss of the Dallas Cowboys?
Right.
Jerry Jones. This man could have got an extra 3rd rounder by taking GM title off his name, and he still didn't do it. It's in writing. It's in writing that if you get a GM, even of your own organization, and promote him from within, you get an extra 3rd rounder. He values his title so much that he didn't even do that. This man said his biggest regret, the biggest, is all right there. He said the Cowboys completely overhauled their defensive scheme prior to season, moving from a 4-3 defense to a more complex system. That's your biggest regret. Now let's look back at what you said though. We're gonna run a 4-3. They came in, did a 3-4, then regretted it. But then you go right back to it and just listen to what they said. Listen to what they said. I listened to it real close. I said, I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. I was listening. I started thinking. I said, hold on, man. I ain't buying this. This is what they said. Okay. A majority of the league run 3-4. Okay. So your philosophy is based on what the league is doing. Sure. I'm going to fall for that. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Nah, I ain't buying it. Go ahead, OC. I believe.
I mean, listen, man, you do need to have some variation of different defensive fronts if you go be an elite defense or try to be competitive. Because when you play against certain teams, man, you need to be able to put in certain packages that can give you a competitive edge or make you more competitive versus explosive teams. So I'm not opposed to 3-4 fronts. Do I think they should run it all the time? Absolutely not, based on their athletes, right? But I do think they do need to be able to do it if they need to do it to stop somebody or to win a game. So in that regard, I think it's smart.
Yeah, it's smart to be, but see, just look how they doing it. To come out like that, clear smoke screen. We're going to run a 3-4 because 80% of the league. Let me just ask you straight up, and I want to get to this question. Are you buying it? Are you fully buying it?
They're going to just, no, I don't think they're going to exclusively run on 3-4. No, I think you're going to see a lot of 4-3, but you're going to see packages with 3-4. That's what I think.
And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe that we go run it. I'm going to come back to you, Devon, because I like your question. This is another reason I'm not believing they're not going to do a majority of 3-4 out of a base.
Okay.
I talked to Real Truth today, and I said, hey, man, I told him my theory. He said, I agree with your theory. He said, this is why. He said, because who is your killer nose tackle? He said, you can't have a serious 3-4 scheme without having a man eat in the middle. You can't. You taking your linebackers and putting them in a 2-gap system, coming from a 1-gap system. That means you got to be able to depend on your nose tackle. He got to be the meanest dog on the field for you to really commit to a 3-4. Are you telling me that guy's urban, and you telling me that we depending on a rookie to be that guy? Nah, I ain't buying it. Either we extremely arrogant,
which could be true.
Which could be true.
Which could be true.
Which
could be true. You know this is true, Boss Cowboy. This could be true. Because you draft Urban, and he was a block-eating dude for the Bears. You bring in Big Baby, and you thinking you go develop him because there's no other reason why you would cut Antoine Wood if you didn't think that these guys were studly enough to handle that middle. Think about that. Think about the psyche of that. There's no reason why you would cut a proven commodity that could seriously one gap and at least split double teams unless you believed in Urban, unless you believed in your draft pick significantly. You wouldn't take that risk, would you?
No.
Unless you really believe in those guys. You wouldn't do that.
Or you not finna do that system.
Yeah. But
you're not getting ready to do that 3-4. Because look, Dallas is actually, are you saying, Dallas? Are you saying this guy as a rookie is gonna be that guy? Is that what you're saying? No.
They're saying he gonna be one of the guys. And they don't need him to be that guy. They need him to have solid contribution his rookie year. And then you're also depending on Tristan Hill, and you're hoping that he does something, and you're really banking on Neville Gallimore, and you also banking on Osa, the rookie, right? Who showed to be very, very strong at the point of attack.
I'm saying out of 3-4. I'm not saying in general. I'm saying out of the 3-4. Because when you start drawing up that 3-4 diagram,
yeah, man.
Without pieces, it don't look good.
You gotta have a BJ Raji, right? You gotta have that dude, right?
Right.
You gotta have just a stud man-eating guy, man, that can just eat blocks on a consistent basis and do tremendous. That you gotta have a Vince Wilfork, right? The guy that played at a University of Miami, that played for the Texans and even played with the Patriots. That was a grown man. He's a 350-pound grown man. He slapped people around for 13 years. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that type.
Right. So I ain't buying it. I'm just being honest. I'm not buying it. All the tea leaves to me are saying Dallas is smoke screening the league. That's what they're doing. McCarthy, I can tell, believes that. He believed that to the degree to where he said, Jerry, I'm not playing. I know under the Garrett era, you showcased what we were going to do. We're not doing that anymore. And Jerry said no to money for McCarthy because he get a lot of eyeballs from giving access. But he also exposes his team to be spied on. You know what I mean? When he does that. Because anybody that's trying to get a tip going to go to their practices, going to go watch the schemes and the formations and how many packages they running on X, Y, and Z. They're going to do that. McCarthy said, I'm not trying to give you anything. The way that he thinks, I'm certain they're not going to run a 3-4 as a base, and their offseason moves are saying the same thing. Because if you was really going to run a 3-4 as a base, you would have overly committed to that middle. You would have. You wouldn't have fired Woods. You wouldn't have done that. Not fired him. You wouldn't have moved on from him. You would have wanted the extra insurance of Woods. So that tells me that they're going to go stay in a one-gap system. I'm telling you, I'm certain. And remember where y'all heard it when it happened. And I'm glad they doing it. I'm glad this new era of Dallas is doing that. Let's take this question real quick, and if it's anything else, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead this to you, OC. You said,
Yeah. So do we match up with Tampa Bay's offense from a defensive perspective? No, we don't match up well with their offense. Not in terms of receivers, but I do think that if we get production out of Law, out of Basham, and we have our interior three playing well, I think that we have a shot at the run game. I don't think we match up with their offense, man, in terms of defense. Now, offensively, if you're asking that question, I think that offensively, we got the weapons and the tools to match up with them offensively.
that's what he asked. That's why I was like, no. He asked offensively.
So offensively speaking, yes, we do have the weapons, we do have the tools to go tit for tat with them offensively.
Okay,
yes,
yeah, I was
absolutely.
gonna say, boy.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought he was talking about the other way around. So yeah, but to answer your question, offensively, yes. Devin, to answer your question, absolutely.
Yeah, and April said this. She said, "Boss, I hope you're right." Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Because if I'm not right, we're arrogant.
Yeah, super arrogant, and that's been a crime of the Cowboys, man. And so
I don't
that's
think
why
we
I
that
always
crazy
gotta-
though, OC.
I hope we not.
I hope
man.
we not. I hope we not going in there like we finna depend on role player Urban and a rookie to be the foundation. Nah. Jerry and them not gonna do that. They not gonna do that. But if we see them come out there, I'm gonna be like, they actually did it. So
Yeah.
which means it's gonna be a hard year, most likely.
Yeah,
And then it's
no
gonna
doubt.
also mean our offense gonna have to pull us out. So I'm gonna just answer that question too. What he said, yes, our offense is definitely strong enough to beat Tampa, keep up with Tampa, and actually outrun Tampa. Y'all heard what I said?
Yeah.
Outrun Tampa. Weapon for weapon, we keep up all day.
Yep.
The only thing they
Agreed.
got is Mike
Hall of Fame
Evans.
tight end. Hall of
And
Fame
Mike
tight end.
Evans, he's different because he's big like that. You know what I'm saying? He's big and a weapon, but he's aging. You know what I'm saying? So weapon for weapon, they ain't got no Zeke.
No.
They offensive line is good and really good, but ours when healthy is better. Our weapons is we gonna be number 1 in yards again. We gonna be top 5 in points, top 6 again. So weapon for weapon, that's what I'm saying. Go at him. Don't come out there like, let's put Dak on chain and really let's run it through Zeke. This Zeke team, no. Air it out. So man, listen, that Philly one, I know y'all want to hear, because I want to hear what you got to say on Philly. I really do. I want to hear why you think that. I'm not gonna do it right now because I want to be respectful of time and stuff.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I can give it to you.
we
in
gonna
about a
do it
minute,
next
Boss
time.
Cowboy.
the next
we'll do it
time
next time,
because Sunday we gonna talk about Washington draft. All
Oh,
right.
cool. Then we will get into it next time.
And we gonna do it next time. So we gonna talk about Washington, and I'm trying to figure out why you think Philly outdrafted us, because they didn't,
Okay.
bro. They did not.
Okay.
We won that. So
Okay.
yeah. And how you watch me do that show and don't even think that?
Hey
We
man,
gonna
it's
talk
very
about
look. This is Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters, man. And so we always go have variance of opinion, Boss Cowboy. You know how that goes, man. And so we respect all opinions here,
we do.
and look, and different perspectives, you know. And so I have a different perspective on it, and so I want to share that with the people because we never know. Shout out to Jackie Smith. Thanks for jumping in the chat, Jackie. Appreciate you every time you come on. And so we want to talk about that, and then at the end of the day, Boss Cowboy, you know how we do. We gonna leave it to the fans, and I want to see what the fans think. I want to see what the fans think about what I got to say, but I will tease that for next time.
Yeah, and that's an uphill battle, especially after what I went through.
Okay. Well, we
And
go,
you know
we go
it's gonna
see
be
what-
hard to find Dallas fans that's gonna rock with Philly, but you'll find some.
Hey,
And
man,
I'm not saying. I'm just
I'm
saying that's
gonna
gonna be a
present
hard
the
one for you to win. I don't know if you want to leave that to the people. I think we
Okay,
probably don't
well-
want to leave that up to a vote because I just don't see them voting with you on that. Honestly,
Look, it's all good. I'm gonna lay out the facts as I see them with some supporting evidence.
Yeah.
Not saying they're a better team than the Cowboys. No, I think the Cowboys are a better team. But I think
we
that
purely talking draft picks.
Draft picks, I think they did better, man. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I think they did a little bit better. They did, and I got good rationale on why they did better too. But we'll talk about it later, Boss Cowboy. Yeah, we ain't got time to get into it right now. We gotta get out of here,
bro. Do your homework.
We gotta get out of here.
I'm ready. A game.
No, I'm ready right now.
Game,
but
bro.
it's all right. I'm ready right now. But we gotta go.
Tell you. Yeah, we gotta go. But yeah.
So you say?
Nah, you go get smoked for sure. And
y'all
remember,
we go see.
Stay loyal. That's what we do here. And make sure y'all support us, you know, at all channels. Really, especially YouTube. We getting out of here. But especially YouTube, because we real close. We getting close and close to that 1,000. That's a big milestone, especially at the speed we doing it. So do us all a favor, because I see Jackie Smith. She said, love the show. And thank you for loving the show. Please also do, because you love the show, just share it. Put it in a group. Send it to a couple of friends that you think might like you like it, and where they can hit that like and subscribe, because your voice really does matter. It's gonna be hard to find a show that includes y'all comments like us. Most people yap, and they don't stop and really look at what y'all saying like we do, you know. And it's gonna get even better. I ain't gonna tease you what we getting ready to come out with. And also, please continue to support for everybody that donates. It helps greatly. We do have bills to keep the show, and everything helps with those bills as well as upgrades. So, but mainly, the main thing that we always say and that we mean from the bottom of our heart is we never want to be devoted, only loyal. We gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.